But let's talk about a stock in the news this morning, Godrej Properties. Some new launches are coming in. Pirojsha Godrej, Managing Director of the company, is with us now. Pirojsha, morning. Let's start with Ahmedabad, where you've launched the 5th phase of the township project. Any sense you can give us of early bookings and whether that market is still as buoyant as it was 6 or 9 months back?
Morning again. Great to be with you. Yes, we did have a new launch in Ahmedabad, 2 separate new launches actually. One is a new phase in the project, which is going to be an affordable housing phase, and a second, which is the 5th phase of the apartment, which is more the kind of units we've been selling all along. We launched the affordable housing for the first time over the weekend and have already sold just within the weekend about 150 apartments. We've been very encouraged by that response. We will be opening bookings on the 5th phase today actually, and we expect to see a good momentum from the kind of calls and inquiries we've been receiving.
Hi Pirojsha, morning. What kind of pricing have you all set, both for the affordable housing and for this 5th phase that kicks off today?
The pricing is roughly 3,000 rupees a square foot as a basic price, and then things like floor rise and things add up to it. So it's a slight premium to our pricing of the previous phase by about 6 to 7%. And we've seen, as I said, a good response. Affordable housing is slightly lower price, about 5% lower pricing than the regular phase, but the margins for affordable housing are actually the same because the construction cost there is a bit lower.
You've also announced a JV for 1.5 million square feet this morning in Pune. Can you just take us through that deal and by when you expect some progress to happen?
That's right, Adrian. We've actually announced 3 new projects over the past week, which has been very exciting for us. The one you mentioned is a new joint venture project, which is a profit-sharing joint venture where Godrej Properties is entitled to 40% of the profits from the project. This, as you rightly said, is a 1.5 million square foot project in Undri. We already have a project underway in the same location, which is seeing a lot of interest, so we're quite bullish on this project. And we will now immediately get into designing and getting approvals for the project. We hope to launch the first phase of this project within the current financial year.
You've bagged a redevelopment project as well, Pirojsha. What could the potential revenues be from there? And is that a space Godrej wants to get more aggressive into the redevelopment pocket?
Yes, redevelopment it has been an important part of our growth plans. We added our first new redevelopment project almost exactly 1 year ago, and we've since added 5 additional redevelopment projects. So we now have a total of 6 projects. 2 of those were added just within the past week. One in Chembur, which is a project which will give us about 750,000 square foot of saleable area, and we'd expect revenues well in excess of 1,000 crores from that project. The second one that we added recently is a smaller project. It's in Malad, which will have just under 100,000 square feet of saleable area, and we'd expect close to 200 crore of revenues from that project. We do feel, given our brand name and given our strategy of asset-light land acquisition, that redevelopment makes a lot of sense for us, and I think we're very encouraged with the early responses we've received. We hope to be launching some of the first redevelopment projects we added over the next couple of months, and we hope to continue to add more projects on an ongoing basis.
Can you give us an update on how things are moving with the Bandra Cooler project?
Yes, and that's also going well. That was another launch that we had in early March. I think the month has been very good for us in terms of new launches, new project additions. We have concluded some sales in that project. We're looking at discussions with several additional clients, so we're quite pleased with the response that received. Construction on the project is also underway in full swing, so I think that's going as per plans.
Okay, Pirojsha, we'll leave it there. Thanks very much for joining in today. That's Godrej Properties. Stocks up about 2.5%. Lots of new launches that they just announced. Let's shift focus to another stock that's been quite active, Apollo Hospital.